Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena with our Premier Draft Wilds of Eldraine. Pretty soon, Wilds of Eldraine, well, it'll probably still be draftable. I think I'm taking the Candy Grapple here. Very, very good card. How's Sir Ginger though? Fine. Pretty soon, Cube is coming by though. I'm happy, I'll be excited to try that out again. It's been a while. Might be the very next video. I don't know. For me, it's a few days from now. For you, who knows? Yeah, Candy Grapple is just a busted removal spell. I don't think anything else here is nearly as good. Ruby? Is it like Ruby out of curiosity? I mean, I'm sure it's not this good. It says Ruby's pretty good. Okay, I'll take the Candy Grapple. No problem there. Ooh, Fairy Fencing as well. Knight of the Sweet's Revenge certainly can be a huge card, but yeah, I mean, Fairy Fencing is good, right? Fencing, yep, quite solid. Waste Not is terrible. You know, Flick a Coin might be better. Yeah, it says Flick a Coin is quite good. You could take that over Fairy Fencing, but given that I already have a black card and Fairy Fencing is also pretty sweet, I'll try to just stay in black and be more flexible about where I go next. Lich Knight's Conquest? 5 mana, sacrifice a bunch of stuff to reanimate a bunch of stuff. Okay. Interesting. That doesn't sound that good. Yes, that's pretty bad. I think I'm just saying another Fairy Fencing, right? What is this green thing? Doubling Season. Okay. Yeah, no real second choice here, honestly. I mean, maybe the Ratter would be good in a red-black deck, but I'm just going to start with 3 black removal cards, right? I mean, that seems pretty cool. What do we want here? I mean, Wicked Visitor is nothing to write home about. Troyan is... That turned out to be not that good, right? Yeah. Might be just a Boundary Lands Ranger. Like, it's not that good, though, is it? It's fine. Quick study. Maybe I should be looking in blue? On account of I have some fairy-related stuff. I think Sage is probably the best card here. No, it's not. Good Visitor. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take the red card, the decent 2-mana 2/2. Another Ruby. Graceful Takedown's okay. Conceited Witch is fine. Firebolt is fine. Quick Study is okay. Is that not how you spell conceited? Oh, I spelled with an I. Yeah. I assume Firebolt is the best card here. It actually says it's not that great. I'll take the Conceited Witch. Just stick with black. See what's going on. Assassin's not that amazing. Howling Galefang is kind of the best card here, I think. It's not that great. Actually, maybe it's Grim Search now that I look at it. It doesn't like Grim Search very much. I don't imagine Stingblade Assassin is all that high either. Yeah. Sleight of Hand? Not too impressed with that. Let's just take more like draw, more black control tools. Chancellor of Tales is certainly a possibility. Oh, Baronati is pretty good right now, I think, right? We're looking at a potential fairies deck. With all the fairy fencing. Yeah, a second Baronati. Could be a Prism, but I think we want fairies. Mono black fairies? Anybody? Minstrosity is pretty good. It's not a fairy, but I'll take a Grim Search. I think rather than Ariet's Whisper, I should probably pick up a Tattered Ratter just in case we go rats. Ariet's Whisper is just not that exciting. And my first blue card, a Sleight of Hand. So we don't really know about this stuff. But all of this should make the deck. I don't think green is nearly as likely as red or blue is. Spellbook Fender is pretty strong. Reaper is okay in the right deck. Stab Wound? I mean, Sugar Rush isn't bad in the Fairies deck. But Stab Wound is just like pretty decent removal, I think. Could take the Mocking Sprite to try to be more fairy-ish. But it's really like, you know, more of an Is It Fairy than a Dimir Fairy. I'll just take more removal. What's the worst that could happen, right? It's also kind of a win condition. Monstrous Rage is solid. Don't need another Grim Search. The Gatekeeper is okay if we go that direction. I think I'm going to take the Gatekeeper, though. Like, Monstrous Rage is for sure a better card. But we look like we're a more control-y tempo kind of thing, and we could use some heavy hitters at the end that are also control. Like, I don't have a lot of creatures to trick with Monstrous Rage, right? Just another bounce spell that is a big creature at the end seems kind of cool. Archive Dragon could be something. Ariet's Whisper again. I don't think Totentanz is that good necessarily. I don't have much rat support. I certainly could find some. I think I'm actually going to take the Archive Dragon. This guy is so tough to deal with. And I already have like 8 removal spells or some outrageous number. 6. So I don't need to go for Stab Wound, I don't think. Veteran's okay. Ooh, well, Fell Horseman is slow. Could just be the land. Could also pick this up, of course. More control. Yeah. More like don't die and then get a big flyer is the game plan. I think I'd like that over Involving Wilds. This guy's pretty sweet. Gadwick's First Duel. I don't think I'm doing that. Yeah, this is just a 1-mana card that gives you something to bargain with, and also it's kind of like a 1-mana 3/2. Back for Seconds. I don't know about that. Still offered Ariet's Whisper. Still don't really... I mean, the thing is, if you're controlling, you can't really afford to just like do nothing on turn 4 usually. I think I'm going to take the card draw. I don't have anything that good for Back for Seconds to reanimate. Stroke. Huh. I think it's another one of these guys, right? Like, the Galvanic Giant is just very, 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 very slow. Let's say we're in Dimir, then. That is how it looks. I mean, Into the Fey Court would let me cut a Grim Search. That's nice. I don't think I need all 3 of those for draw, but 2 should be... Oh, and Quick Study. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's a pretty good draw spell. Sugar Rush is nice for the fairies. I already have 2 Grim Searches. I guess I'll take a Coral Smith in case I need a 3-drop. So this, I guess, is supposed to be a Simic card, is the idea. I mean, it's fine in blue-black, I imagine. Gosh. I have so much removal. I'm going to take the Ariet's Whisper over Misleading Motes. Water Wings is not a great spell, but it's fine to have. I mean, I guess... Maybe I'm supposed to take the 2-drop. Twining Twins, a great fairy. Twisted Sewer Witch, pretty good as well. I don't have any way to produce white yet, but it's still a 4-mana 4/4 flyer Vigilant Ward 1. And also a fairy. So I think it's an easy pick here. Ego Drain. Now... This is a Thoughtseize, right? Like, this is very good. I do kind of need a Spell Stutter. Ego Drain could wheel, actually. Spell Stutter is good enough that any blue deck is running it, not just the fairies. And, like, you do need a couple counter spells to play blue, I think. Or you would like them anyway. Baronati again is great. Mocking Sprite would be okay on the wheel. So would Minstrosity. Oh, that Fauna Troll. Or Fawn's Bane Troll? I didn't even notice that. I mean, I don't think I'm going to splash green for it, but it's kind of cool that it's there. Someone on our right is also not splashing green or not splashing black. Not sure which. Presumably, they're more likely to have green than black, the way we've been drafting. I'll take the Ashiok. I mean, it's not... the absolutely insane always win the game card people thought it was going to be. How do you spell Ashiok? Yeah. But it's very good still. Right. It was like ranked number 3 in the format during the early rankings, and now it's like ranked number 18 or something. I say or something. I did just look. It says 18. But it's very good.
Shiver and make your fear known to me.
A win condition for the control decks for sure. I feel like any of these 3 cards could be okay. We already have 2 attendants. I don't know if I need a 3rd, but also they're kind of cool. Just scry and draw? Like, I don't know. I think I want more attendants, honestly. The combat trick saves you so much life, plus... can sometimes get you favorable trades. And then it's a big creature to make sure you can win. Like this. Yeah, more of this, please. I'm probably not running all 5 of these guys, but... okay, Ice Out is great to have. Surely I want that over a stopgap, right? They both want to be bargained, and if I'm casting one, it's this. So... Stairmaster Sprite, ooh, or Evolving Wilds? Stairmaster Sprite is kind of like just... I don't think... Well, you know what? This way I could toss in a Plains and have access to 2 copies of white for like the Twining Twins. I don't know. The flicker doesn't really matter. I thought this was the one that exiles a tapped creature. That's a different white adventure fairy. So, okay, maybe Evolving Wilds was not the best pick there. I did get the Ego Drain back. I'm happy to take it over a Sugar Rush. And we got an Ariet's Whisper after all. Oh, I already had one. Okay. So I think it's fine to run Evolving Wilds, even if you don't run white, and I don't think I will run white. I mean, I don't know. The Flicker is kind of cool. It can be a real surprise on occasion. 50 cards. Okay, so I have to cut 10. Alright, well let's first, as always, search for and type enchant or roll. What do we have that can be bargained? I mean, that cares about... Actually, we don't have anything that really cares about enchantments, right? We mostly have stuff that cares about bargains. Yeah. Okay, so we don't want 2 Ariet's Whisper. That's very, very clear. All 5 of these guys are kind of crazy. Very few creatures on the low end. But keep in mind that Balluna's Gatekeeper and Obira's Attendants are kind of ways to stall in the early game so that we curve out a little better. Gadwick's First Duel is just very filler. Sleight of Hand, also not really my favorite. It certainly is card selection and something to do with your mana early, I guess. But I think these kind of do-nothing cards are the ones we should be looking at cutting. Gadwick's First Duel, I mean, it kind of deals with an enemy creature eventually. Get rid of the Water Wings. I don't really have anything to protect. It doesn't work on Planeswalkers, does it? Creature. Okay. And I think if we have Ego Drain, we don't really need Ariet's Whisper. Just 1 copy of an effect like that is more than enough. As far as card draw, I have Grim Search, Quick Study, and Into the Fey Court. Okay. That's kind of it. Those 3 seem like a fine amount. This might be too many of this trick. And I don't know that I necessarily need the Archive Dragon when I have these guys. Like, he's a flyer, but I have plenty of flyers. And he's just not as flexible as these because they're adventure creatures and then also big creatures, whereas he's just a big creature. The Diminisher Witches kind of threaten to be 2-for-1s, right? You curse something and then you get a 3/2, and like you've kind of dealt with one creature and you can block to trade with another. Obviously that's an ideal scenario. It won't always be that good. Very happy with the 3 Barrow Naughties. Oh, Sugar Rush draws as well, I guess. Gadwick's First Duel, like... It's going to have situations where it's quite good, but it's also really slow. It's certainly a control card, and I'm doing that. I think I probably just have too much removal. Eight instants, 2 sorceries. Stab wounding a 2/3 is the dream, right? Especially in blue-black, where our good attackers can fly. So we don't have to let them block with the creature that's been stabbed. It just sits there poking them for 2 every turn. If we can shrink a ground 2/3, it's really nice. It's better than removal. But of course, you know, If it's just a vanilla 2/3, you didn't necessarily need to remove it to begin with. But we kind of do, because we don't want to die, and we don't have a lot of creatures. Monstrosity obviously is not like in keeping with the deck's theme at all. It does cost 2, which is why I have been reluctant to cut it, you know. Proactive 2-mana plays are pretty cool, but I think I can cut it. Diminisher Witches are weak. I'd argue a Conceited Witch might be even weaker. I don't know. A Wicked Fairy's kind of cool. Do I have much bargain fodder? Maybe Diminisher Witch is weak because I don't have a lot of ways to bargain. I actually think that's true. We have very few things we can bargain with. The Conceited Witch creates a bargain target, the Wicked roll, whereas the Diminisher Witch consumes one. I think there's no way we're cutting a land, so I have to find one more spell. This deck just wants to spend a lot of mana. It's stalling, it's drawing, it's playing big creatures. It wants to hold up counter spells and still do something productive. I don't want to be missing any land drops. So Gadwick's First Duel looks like probably the best cut here, unless it's another one of these big guys. So I guess let's assess like how good is Gadwick's First Duel. An instant or sorcery with mana value 3 or less could do an awful lot, right? These are the things Gadwick could copy, right? Well, yeah, Conceited Witch, very funny, I guess. I mean, looking at it, it's basically like Candy Grapple, Faerie Fencing, and a draw spell. Obviously, Candy Grapple and Faerie Fencing are pretty cool to copy if they have 2 creatures on board, but they won't always. The draw spells are cool, but... Oh, and actually... Rowan's Grim Search is a bargain instant speed draw spell. So, let's see. No, I was thinking you could cast this in response to the 3rd step of the saga and then bargain the saga away. You can do that, but the saga won't copy this. It'll copy the next spell you cast, so you won't get the bargain copied for free. Because then this would resolve before the saga resolves. And if you wait until after the saga's 3rd effect resolves, then there's nothing to bargain away. So it's not especially great as a combo with this, but any instant speed, proactive bargain abilities are kind of a combo with a saga, because you can sack it after it's done its 3rd thing. The problem is, like, the main thing its 3rd thing would want to copy is draw, so we wouldn't get the bargain for free. Sugar Rush is also like a candidate for a cut here, but I like being able to attack a little more bravely with the fairies. I don't know, let's just assume opponent's never going to have any creatures. Get that shit out of here. Or never going to have any flyers, because I'll fairy fence them. Okay, and that way we can keep Gadwick's First Duel, which is not strong, but is fun. Oh, let me... I think having the Flicker is good. I could cut... Although, gosh... Like, I don't really want to cut any colored sources to put in a plains. I need a lot of blue pips, and I need my black pips early. So I think I'm just going to stick with this no plains. It's kind of chicken. Was there anything in the sideboard that I proactively cut and might want back? Nah. All right, well, this is Faerie's Control, I guess. I remember one of my first videos in this set, I don't know if it was the first one or the second, something in there. I was like, this set made Dimir aggro? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? For clickbait. But here I'm playing Dimir control in the aggro archetype, so that should be interesting. I don't know, maybe it's more tempo. I don't think this is very good. All I have is Spell Stutter. Yeah. Okay, sure. I have Baronades. I have Faerie Fencing. I bottom the Twins. Looking for an island, obviously. I don't want to portray that I have a one-cost instant, so I'd like to pass as quickly as possible here. Good. Good. Okay, Island was a great draw. And now this is a one-mana kill spell. I might use it against this. It does have reach. We'll see. I might also just attack and be like, sure, I don't mind if you block. Yeah, that seems like the way to go, because I have lifelink. Sure. What is this? Okay. Ooh. Making it that wicked, that is a little scary. I was thinking I would attack and then get lifelink, but actually blocking looks pretty good right now. Because if they try to combat trick me, I have Faerie Fencing in reserve. Which they're not that likely to expect. It's an uncommon after all. And they're certainly the aggro deck, times a million. Cut in, putting a Wicked Roll on that. Killing my Baronadi. I can't cause it to, like, yeah. Sure. Yeah, makes sense. That resolves. I'll block here. No lifelink, sadly. X is 0. Let's confirm 0. And kill this thing off. I guess I could have killed it in response to the Wicked Roll. But I didn't know for sure. I don't know. I guess I did know. I'm just bad. Let's... I mean, we're going to cast this, right? Well, I don't have to. If I don't, then I can keep a quick study available, right? Let's just X's 0 this again. Kill you. And then I can quick study on their turn. But they have to be afraid of a pump or a combat trick or something. I mean, I could have played it main phase and looked for a land. Although, was I on the play or the draw? I'm not sure. Okay, resolves. I don't know if I missed a land drop there, or if I just wasn't ever getting one. I've already lost track. Let's curse this. It still has a useful celebration effect, right? So it's not completely dealt with. What? Okay. Resolves, I guess. Now, I could play this now. I don't have much else to do, but I could wait until this gets doubled. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass and not do this now. Oh my god, it's the land that enters twice. These both look pretty cool, actually. This one doesn't do much right now, but, well, okay, it does. It's a 6-mana, 6/5. It's kind of the perfect play right now that I think of it. And then this one's pretty cool. Like, I don't need the instant half of this, but the creature is pretty nice. I think we're just going to sit on this Evolving Wilds basically forever, because being drained for 4 doesn't seem very cool. I'll play this out proactively because I might be drawing 4 sometime soon, and I don't want the land in my hand at that time. Okay. Also, stop in my upkeep and my main in case I want to do something in response to or before this Gadwix goes off. I think I won't. Well, I think I'll just copy the Grim Search, although that costs me more life. Maybe I'll bargain the Grim Search and try to find another cool instant or sorcery that gets copied. Not sure. I don't feel good about my position here, but maybe I should? Oh! I get to play my lands again. That's nice. That deals 3. Yeah, you got it. And then take 2. I could cast this now, but I'm just like drawing these 2 cards. I have a dream of like drawing another instant or sorcery to copy. Like Candy Grapple, blowing all of this out. So I'm going to be bold and wait on this. So go ahead to draw. Go ahead to main. In response, I'll bargain this. It's not getting copied, but I get to look very deep for something to copy. I mean, these are okay. They don't get copied, but there's something to do this turn, right? I draw 2. I think I'll take them. I wanted this anyway, right? And this one seems okay. Because I can cast it right now. Yep. He's gonna curse himself. And then I'll just try to trade that off with their 1/1. Okay. It's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. I assume they're going to cast the Conceited Witch as well. Yeah, that triggers the Celebration. Ooh, stab the witch. Or stab the reach creature? I don't know, the witch seems pretty cool. And bounce the reach creature, maybe? Maybe I was just supposed to play a 6/5. I don't know. I don't know really what I accomplished by bouncing the 1/3, actually. It saved 1 damage. It might actually not have saved any damage because it makes it easier for them to celebrate. I was just like spending mana because I'm planning to cast this out next turn, but maybe there would be something more important to bounce. If I like drew a land, then I could bounce and still play this. Or I could bounce something and play this next turn. So I don't know. Questionable play. My life matters, but I'm not sure if it was really that great to save 1 life. It costs them mana as well. They might have multiple spells they want to cast and can't afford them both, I guess. It's like turn 9 and I haven't done anything yet. I'm I'm working very hard on not letting my opponent do things either. But I haven't really made great strides towards winning the game. Just trying to delay losing the game for now, and eventually things should turn around. Opponent has rage quit. No, they're attacking. So they have something they could cast. But they don't really want to, for whatever reason. But it was enough that they thought about it. And whatever it is, it's sorcery speed, because it didn't hold up anything for them in combat. So this is some relevant sorcery speed thing that they weighed the pros and cons of casting this last turn. For some reason. They were waiting for me to play the 6/5 so they could kill it? Maybe. Oh. Okay. Attack for 3. I see. They weren't sure whether to play it as a creature or what. Spell Stutter looks pretty bad, right? Well, if they draw another spell, I guess it's something. Oh, actually, I have a Faerie now, so it's pay 3. So if they don't draw a land, I can counter this. That's kind of cool. It's a land. Very funny. They don't really have good attacks, I don't think. Yeah, that resolves. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that looks like the right tap.
I shall unveil a beautiful
Got him.
nightmare.
So just delay, 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 and then eventually, when you're stable, draw your win conditions. What are my dailies today, anyway? Creature spells, black spells. This one must have just rolled over after I cashed it in, huh? I definitely cast some black spells that game. I guess it is about that time of day. Or wait, no, I didn't cash anything in. I had actually 2 dailies only when I started because I last played this account 2 days ago. So it hadn't had time to fill back up. Looking good. I have a Baronati and 2 Faerie Fencings. Kind of my dream opener. If I could like turn this island into an ego drain, it would maybe be better. Or like, there's a lot of things I prefer rather than this island, to be honest. But still, like 3 good spells to start the game with. Season of Growth. They like creatures. And I am bricking out here. Kept a 4-lander, drew 2 more. Just easy Abzan, huh? Okay, resolves. Gonna just kill that, I guess. Bottomed. I know I could choose X as 0 with the Faerie Fencing, but I don't have anything else to do, so... Okay, that is a creature. It's sorcery speed. So... I swing here. Do I pump this for 1 more damage? It slightly weakens holding up Faerie Fencing, but I think that's okay. Faerie Fencing for 0 is still pretty good, and I don't necessarily want to Faerie Fence anyway when this thing wants to bounce stuff. It rewards them for Season of Growth. They get extra scry. But it costs them tempo, which right now I definitely could use some tempo. Okay. Not thrilled to kill that or bounce it, to be honest. Okay, that's something better to do for sure. And I'll tap out here to deal an extra damage and gain an extra life. I don't really foresee a need to Faerie Fence something on their turn. That's so hugely suspicious that I will not block. Oh, okay. If that's all you want to do with your turn, that's fine. I mean, this would let me get an extra pump of Baronati in. Whereas Evolving Wilds makes it easier to get to my 7th mana on a future turn. I don't think I care about the extra pump that much. This also lets me hold up Faerie Fencing if I want to. Seven mana could be relevant. I played this for 6 and this for 1, right? That resolves. That wants to fight something. Sure. They're going to pump it again and then... Go ahead and scry. X is 1, I guess, just in case. No fighting. Oh, I need to pick new islands, huh? No bargain. Season of Growth is more important than a 3-3. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, you're in trouble, but maybe you have a plan. And actually, if they made a 3-3, I could just bounce it. Which would be pretty cool. That's interesting. If I bounce this, they get the adventure back and can get more bargain fodder, so maybe I just won't. I think I'll just swing out here. You can block if you want. Congratulations, your 4 mana card killed my 6 mana card. Great. It's another big beater. Blue-black big beaters. That's why it all starts with B. Veronati's are putting in good work. They're the only thing that's harmed opponent all game. I think, right? They damage themselves? No. Yep, just these getting in for 12. Now, they could have blocked my 6-5 with the 1-1 last turn, and then I couldn't have bounced the 1-1. I could prevent that by casting this pre-combat. Oh, that's nice. Bouncing the token. But I didn't want them to know I had it, and I figured they would want to block with the 6-5 anyway. Ooh. Okay, you got me. Uh-oh. So there is like a slight consideration to cursing this, or maybe even the Baronati, because I don't care much about its toughness, rather than the Giant, which is that when they exile this, I'll lose my bargain fodder. But I don't think that's a huge concern compared to just having something that can block this usefully. What are you? You get a bunch of rats. And you get to empty out my graveyard. Sure. If this were standard, I would care. But it ain't, and I don't. Ooh. Oh, no. I thought this was for targeting. No, that was for the rat entering. Sure. They said choose target for rats before that went on the stack. Okay. Or for the exile. Okay, I block. I mean, I don't have anything better to do. Put a young hero on something else, I guess. I mean, do I have something better to do? I kind of want to attack with it, right? Make him trade off Lord Skitter instead of this thing? So they don't get more rats? Okay. Yeah. Now I kind of get punished for that because I can't block this anymore. And they gained so much life. I could not... I could be losing this race. Okay, stab wound, huh? On what? The glutton, I guess. It's a pretty good damage source. And also it mitigates the damage I'm taking. Yeah, punished for not blocking the protective parents, I think. It's about to be a 5-4, and I can't deal with it anymore. I don't know. I just thought they wouldn't have any follow-up, but then they did. I guess they're scrying. I should have paid attention. Like, if they scried top, for example, then they were guaranteed to have more. Well, no, they could just scried the... Yeah, okay. Take 9. Well, this guy's not really doing anything besides blocking here, I think, right? Blocking 5 damage is the best he's ever going to do now, it looks like. Well, I mean, it's not really true. He could still try to attack in and trade for Lord Skitter, right? But does that matter? I feel like as long as he's around here, he's stopping Lord Skitter from attacking, right? So trading him for a single 5 damage, is that better than recurring 3? I mean, I guess. But I might draw something. Yeah, I can trade him for this later, probably. They might have removal, but they wouldn't use it on this. I think I can get at least 5 life worth of value out of this guy later. That's nice. So threatening 9 again. Or 12 if I attack like this, but then they have to block with Lord Skitter, right? So they're really threatening like 10. This doesn't get blocked. They're at kind of 7. This could pump twice. So I'm only threatening 6 here. They don't have to block. But that's okay because I have a Buyer's Attendance to counteract some damage. And be a blocker. It doesn't counteract damage because I have to cast it. Okay, I'm going to hang on to this, I guess, and just swing here. And then if I spend 7 mana on this, I have basically nothing left. Oh, but I'm not spending 7. I'm spending 5 because there's nothing to shrink usefully. Which means I can pump once. Oh yeah, I forgot. They were losing 2 more life. So actually swinging with this, they would have had to block with Lord Skitter, I think. Yikes! Holy smokes. I'm still fine, and they're still dead, but it is scary. I was right. I found a way to get more than 5 life value out of this guy. Six, take that. And I want to block here. So that just in case they have some more life gain, I'm killing them. This is taking 10. There's not... I mean, there is Titanic growth, I guess. Which would kill me if I block like this. Okay, good. I was thinking maybe I should block one of the tramplers instead to mitigate 4 damage instead of 1. In case of Titanic growth. And that leaves me still able to finish them off with Baronati, but then I die to life gain. So I have to decide, like, is it more likely they have life gain or a pump? And apparently the way to find that out is to stall long enough with an obvious block on the table that if they don't have a combat trick, they concede. But I think you're supposed to just, like, not chump away your... I don't know, like... I feel like if they had life gain or a combat trick, they would have stuck around there. So if they didn't have any, fine. I couldn't possibly not kill you. But that was a scary... I mean, Season of Growth, like, they were hitting hot fire every time because of all that scrying. This is a great hand. And no need to run this out because X is 0 won't do anything, so let's not betray the Faerie fencing in hand. Red and a Grotto. If I had to guess, this is Gruul? Or maybe is it? You don't expect white or blue, I would have... Oh yeah, right, I said is it. Right, that's one of the ones I said it could be. Very good. Only one black source. I think it's reasonable to kill this and hold up Spell Stutter. X is 0. Rather than ego draining them immediately. So it would be nice to get rid of the best spell in their hand, but I don't want everything being cheaper either. No. Oh, I guess I should have done this first. Not that it really matters. cut in is pretty good. This is all solid. I could get rid of their only creature, leaving them with some removal. But making Curiosity a dead card. Or I could get rid of their best removal. Because cut in actually works against Twining Twins, right? Which a lot of their stuff won't. Well, Frantic Firebolt will too. I think get rid of their proactive play is the way to go. Makes the attendance a little bit weaker. Oh well. Yep. It's too bad this wasn't a Plains. Really get them then. But good news, they spent, well, They spent their 4 damage removal, but Firebolt is already 5, right? So just running out the Twining Twins is a little sad. I think I'll just Grim Search main phase for a land. Got it. Okay, I mean, is it control versus Dimir control? It looks like. Okay, right in the face. I guess we're gonna stab that then. Ashiok is good. It's creature. Yeah, I mean, I can't really let this live. That's a 3/2. Okay. My turn. I have 6 mana, huh? If I try to land Ashiok right now, it doesn't go very well. I think I might just run this out. And then they kill it and hit me for 3? But that's... Oh, and they get the Curiosity trigger. That's a little sad. If I cast Ashiok, I minus it. I get 2 1/1s, but they kill one, attack, and I kind of have to block with the other. That doesn't really work. What if I just run this out? Hold up a combat trick. Now they sort of want to kill this. Like, they're not happy about it, but they probably will. Yeah, that's fine. And I can shrink this so that it doesn't draw with Curiosity. Because it won't deal combat damage. So I get at least some use out of this. I think we still just run this out. I'm not quite ready for Ashiok. I want to stop them drawing cards. Okay, they're going to kill it? Bounce it. Okay, I mean, sure. That's good tempo. And they get their draw. Now I could run out Ashiok and hold up the Attendant's Trick, which seems pretty good. They can't really kill either of the creatures. They swing both at Ashiok. I shrink the 3/2 and block the 2/1. I think that's okay. Or I could just run this out as a creature again. I think that's less committal. My life total is still okay. This way I find out if they have any more removal before I commit to the Ashiok. Looks like yes. Resolves. No draws. You guys are making this a lot of work, man. I think I'm just going to keep casting these. And the beatdown is coming. Land would be pretty sick, because then I could cast the Twins and Ashiok. Fine, I'll trade. Maybe I shouldn't have traded, actually. Because I was like, oh, all this creature's ever going to do is trade, but it would be better for it to protect Ashiok than to protect my life total. I don't know. Going down to 7 would be pretty bad, too, I think. Alright, this is a good investment of 8 mana, I guess. Yeah, that's the tap. Ooh, ow. I forgot about that. But now I've got solid blockers. Find a way to kill it, or just looking around? Wow. Witchstalker's Frenzy, I guess. Yeah? Okay. I think the coast is clear for Ashiok at last.
All who slumber belong to me. There is no waking from these nightmares.
I think I play the land. It's not that useful to bluff something at this point, and I might need all the mana I can get to play the stuff Ashiok's drawing me. Trample Trick would be insane. Okay, got him. Well, that required a lot of patience. I wanted to play my Ashiok like 4 turns ago, but the time was never right. And I had enough tools that I could avoid having to go all in on like them having nothing. Pampas Grassman. Okay. Baronati, Ego Drain, Ashiok. That seems fine. Oh, I never did fix my islands. I mean, I don't hate this island. I just don't like the blue line, the blue arrow under, or the yellow, the arrow under the blue part. Oh, who knew that's in the deck, huh? Yeah, I guess I do cast or play the island first. Now that I have something double blue, maybe I draw an island and decide to keep up Ice Out rather than ego draining them. Probably not, though. Boros Glass Casket. That's annoying. Well, I sort of have more lands than I need. I could just disrupt them here. Obviously, the goal was to cast this with a Faerie. But, yeah, I think this is worth. Let's see what you got. I don't think we want Godric. And they can cast him, right? Yeah. This is looking pretty bad, though. Their hand is a lot better than mine. Maybe I should have discarded the Ice Out to make sure I could keep Ashiok, but he doesn't look like he's going to do much. I'm just going to fold. I kind of needed to draw an island and then Ice Out their play instead of this. Yeah. Oh boy. Holy cow. Am I dead this turn? Not quite. That Return Triumphant wasn't in their hand when I made them discard Godric, was it? I didn't like make that big a blunder. Oh, I didn't even... I played it so I would be casting the spell, but then I didn't click through to which mode to cast it, so it doesn't count. I was just proposing casting it. I mean, keeping the extra swamp in hand would not have helped us win that game. I think it was right to hang on to Ice Out and Ashiok as like my potential get lucky and draw an island play. Mud Roach. This has Baronati into Ego Drain. Actually, it has Hex Mage into Baronati into Ego Drain. It's really kind of dicey, but you know what? I can cast most of the spells in my hand. And I hit the blue source. Amazing. Now I needed something with Bargain on it to get rid of the curse. So what does this do? It's a 3/3, and then maybe a tutor. Or there's Taken by Nightmares, which is whatever. This is whatever, I think. Although if I make them discard a creature, then this gets better. I think it's the Huntsman's Redemption that I get rid of here. They can't even cast Taken by Nightmares yet. And this is way too slow. Yeah. I think just bounce this rather than play another Baronati. I don't mind if they get another food. I'd like another 3 lands, though, if that's okay. Two. I'll settle for an island and any land. How about that? Okay, swamp, and then an island. You promised me an island. How good is Huntsman's Redemption as a first pick? Very good. It says 22nd best. Almost as good as Twining Twins here. They have a lot of food. Obviously, we're nowhere near killing them here. It's going to be a grindy one. They have Taken by Nightmares now. If they want to stop me gaining life, they can do that. No? The double block is just obviously terrible. They could Taken by Nightmares, the Faerie, and I would just lose the 1/1. But I also don't really want the double block to go through, even if it were going to. Gets it into their graveyard where they can fetch it back up with Lich Knight's Conquest. It also kills my Baronati, none of which are things I want. I want to make them use their 4-mana exile spell on my 2-mana Faerie to stop the lifelink. That's what I hope happens. I hope they get so sick of me gaining life. It's the island I asked for. Okay. I accept. I'm going to cast this pre-combat, just in case they have some instant speed removal that takes away a Faerie. I want to still have one. So the other Baronati lifelinks. Spellstutter is looking like a hard counterspell at this point. There's no way they could pay for that. It's like pay 5 right now. 6 if I develop the Twining Twins. And then hold up Spellstutter. Seems like a pretty okay play. Alright. Puny Snack. Good deal. I've been pretty unimpressed by this guy. I just don't have the right deck for him, I think. More witches. Okay, I mean, that's 8 damage just sitting there, so I can't lose too much life, but neither do I think I'm going to lose too much life. Yes, that's the tap. You're going to have to pay an extra 6 if you want that to resolve. 5 at the time, of course, plus 1 for the ward they had already paid. 10 mana instant speed removal is not... Whoa! What? Okay, they want to race. Actually, they could have Rat Out. No, but they can't pay for Rat Out. I think I'm safe here, right? There's not a 1 mana black combat trick that kills the creature. That would affect me here. That pumps their creature. They could have Not Dead After All. In which case they get this back. But I don't want to take 9, so I won't. Oh, I guess I'll take 8 though. Okay, the race is on for sure. So if I spend 4 mana on these 2 spells, I'll have 3 left, which will pump a Barrow Naughty once. Which I... Okay, they have 1 creature in the graveyard, so this is not very good. Okay, I have to... Okay, this is a potential 6 damage. So I can't take too much here. I want to shrink something they're attacking me with, and I want to have a Barrow Naughty for blocks. But I don't think I need these 2 Barrow Naughties for blocks. So they can attack in. Is 10 life enough, do you think? I think so. I'm hitting him for 6. I could make it 8, but that's still not lethal. Then I run out this Barrow Naughty with the plan to pump it in combat on their turn. And also a combat trick here. Remember, we're nowhere close to killing them if that's what we need to do, because they have 9 life just sitting here. They probably don't want to do that. They want to use it to kill me. But I don't think they're in a position to do so just yet. Okay, maybe... Oh, right, that's what this is for. Alright, let's block like this, so I get the lifelink and also kill it. They're going to pump it to a 5/4, obviously, but that's what this is for. Resolves. They could get me here, right? They could have some pump trick. Or the Stingblade Assassin would be pretty decent here as well. They could pay the ward. No dice. Okay, we are in business. They can get up to 10. I'm hitting them for 7. I don't have enough food to, or enough mana to pump for 10, so... Or to pump 3 times. I'm 1 land short. So we do this, though. Eight mana. I mean, I can pump this once and get down another flyer. Or 0 times and get a 6/5. I'll go for the flyer, I guess. There's nothing in these colors that can win here, I don't think. With double white, they could board clear. But with those two colors, I don't think they can possibly do it. Okay, 4 wins. That's the magic number where I didn't throw away 500 gems. I might have thrown away 100 gems. Actually, I bought in with gold this time, but doesn't matter. It's equivalent. 4 wins. I'm judged to be above average by the stochastic whatever that is Magic the Gathering arena. I'd like another land, but otherwise this is a great hand. I have plenty of stuff to bargain with this time. He's looking much better than before. Blue? Nobody plays blue in this format. Okay, is it? Great. Got that second land. We swing in here. I will just counter that to kill off their familiar. And keep my 1/1 with bargain alive. Should have maybe done that before I got to untap, if that's what you wanted, I think. I don't know, maybe they were happy to get it countered. So that this could resolve instead. Ward 2, that's so much. What's the play here? Don't really want to candy grapple that. It's weird that they have it. It suggests they're running more colors than just these two. So I mean, I could candy grapple it to take away their fixing? But it's a lot more proactive to instead just, like, make it a 1/1. And save candy grapple for this thing later. I mean, it's just a 3/3 flyer. I don't even necessarily have to candy grapple it, but I probably will. I'm boring. I just click attack. What are you going to do? I guess we're going to try to wake up the Faerie a little sooner, maybe? Take 6. Alright, I accept. I don't really want to run out the big spell here, but I think I can just cast a Baronati. Still holds up Candy Grapple. If they spell stutter this, I don't mind. Flick a coin at my face. You got it. Well, I wish I had something to bargain with now. Oh, I do, don't I? This cursed roll. They're tapped out here. Do I kill the 3/4? Well, let's let them attack first, I guess. I kind of had the idea of killing this, but this is really scary. I mean, so far they haven't shown any inclination to tap me, but if they're running this, I assume they will. This thing's hard to kill. Let's just kill that, I guess. Bounce this, get in for 9? Seems kind of sick, right? I know I could bounce this, but it's so cheap for them to replay it. Oh, it's not 9, it's 7, excuse me. Still seems good. Interesting. I thought they'd want to untap the Faerie this turn. I guess they can do that and play the mouse, but... Oh, I guess they have a treasure, sure. They can untap it on blocks. Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't do anything. I could curse their flyer and swing out. Or I could cast a 4/4 flyer. I don't get great trades when I swing out. This, I assume, chumps the 1/3 in that case. Okay. So they can untap it. I guess they wouldn't chump. Well, if I do this... If I attack with just this, they can double block here, killing the Baronati for just one of these two creatures. If I full swing... They can't let either of these 3s in, so they want to block them here. And then this either chumps or they take 1. This gets the mouse off the field. And the treasure, I think. Oh, they're not going to untap the Faerie. Wow, okay. Take 1. Ooh, combat trick? That's pretty cool. Water Wings? No. Double strike. Okay, yeah, I mean, you have some control here. Oh, wow! They get the young hero and they're rewarded for the cursed roll. Hilarious. Islands are legit right now. I'll take them. He gets to tap me, right? Tap me and stun me? Assuming they're willing to pay the ward, which it seems they are. It's only one after all. That's pretty neat. If I had an untap trick, I would win. Well, draw 6, I guess. Am I dying? You can hit me for 7 on the board. Oh, it doesn't even work. It's 3 or less. So it's draw 3. Or make a 3-4. Actually, it's draw 3 and make a token blocker. I think that's kind of good enough. Maybe I should have bottomed one of the islands, because I only needed 5, assuming this was going to draw me some good stuff. I don't know. I mean, I could be dead here. Or just in bad shape even would be also a problem. But I have combat tricks for days. So assuming I can chump the... I don't know. Not even sure how much they can attack for, really. Why? Yeah, This card in hand has to be pretty relevant, actually, if they're gonna live. Okay. I will chump it. This attacker is not worth much. I know they're at 2, and this is half of their life, and I could get in with it. But I just don't want to be at 5. Or much lower if they have some trick. No! You mustn't. I forbid it. Ashiok, huh? A little late. Or maybe a little early? I'm not sure. So... I mean, I could run at the 6-drop. That's more mana efficient. I don't think that's really what matters, though, right? What matters is being able to double block this thing. It does sort of, though, because then next turn I could attendance something and also play one of these. And this is still preventing a decent amount of damage, I think. Could do nothing. Shrink this and pay the ward when they attack. Could play the Ashiok. Technically it doesn't die right now. I think I'm gonna play this. Big ground creature. Does a good job of taking care of everything except their flyer, which I have a plan to double block eventually. No blocks. That That reach creature's really been doing a good job this game. Okay, Baronati is good, but not what I want right now. Right now I want a 3/4 blocker. And a combat trick. Which I'll probably be using on their menace creature? Oh, wait a minute. Am I in, like, a lot of trouble? I might have to take 4 here. Okay. Maybe I needed to play out the Baronati for lifelink. Ooh, that's pretty bad. That... I actually just lose, right? Yeah. This is why I needed to play out the Baronati rather than having a combat trick. I should have been willing to just, like, trade, but now I'm dead. I can't double block this and block one of these. Oh, no, I have this. I have this. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm not dead. Blocks, so I don't die. Wrong order, bucko. Two lifelinking flyers? You're so good to me sometimes, you know that? Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to get this out and one lifelinking flyer? If I had another 3/4... two of these, I could pump one to a 2/3, but I don't really need a 2/3, right? Boy, this has really come down to the wire. Both of us clinging on by our fingertips. But if I make it through this turn, Ashiok should be fairly GG, I think? I don't know. If they have any tap down effects, I'm in trouble again. Ooh, or just a kill. That's not so bad. I have multiple 3/4s, right? Oh, and that's on top of their deck. It's not in their hand. They don't have enough flying blockers. That's why they conceded. They saw lethal, but I didn't. Yeah, that's true. If I just swing with all the flyers, they can only block 2 of them, so at least the 1/1s get in, and then I pump this if I have to. But okay, wow. Good game, good game. And that's 5. Those attendants worth their weight in gold. The 6/5 bouncy dude? I don't know, he was okay. The bounce didn't last for long. This is okay. I have something to do on 2. I have a 3. I have good lands. I have a game-winning card. Certainly I've had better. Creature? I'll curse it. Alright, what is this? It's not a great curse target. But it is a pretty cool bounce target. Here I was just trash-talking you a minute ago. Said you were okay. That is a 2-3. Well, I can't really do much about that right now. I think I'm just gonna first duel to get started scrying. A cursed royal Tanglespan lookout. Ugh. So gross. Ugh! I couldn't have killed it last turn, right? I didn't have enough mana. I do now. I can pay X's 3 if I need to. Do you know what? I mean, I think lands are exactly what I want for the next 2 turns. Yes, I accept. I need to kill that before something really bad happens to me. X is to kill this. I mean, something really bad has already happened. I don't have some way to get a Faerie into play, right? Right. Okay. Is this wicked? Yes. Okay, taking a lot of damage. I'm thinking of copying this, but that seems a little greedy. I don't really want to take 4. Oh god, they even got rid of the curse roll. So gross. I mean, I maybe could have waited until Gadwick's duel had triggered to try to kill this. But I wouldn't have... they would have gotten even more cards. I don't know. This resolves. Or I'd go to draw, rather. Put this on the stack. And I don't see any real reason to cast this in response. Why do I know this? I really scryed 2 of them on top? I know I did, but I thought I had already drawn them both. Okay, I mean... Can I really take 4 and then 6? It seems sort of bad, doesn't it? But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Play a 3-4, I guess. Yeah... It's great value, but you can't get value when you're in the ground, right? Which is what would happen to me if I tried to cast this twice. Oh my god. It's a massacre. Just swing with everything. I die. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, block the... Wait, this is a 6-8? Block the 6-4, I guess. You got me on that one. oof. I gotta look that one over again. I thought I had a pretty sick hand. But I don't know. I mean, my 2-mana Gadwix is pretty sad, I guess. This thing did great work, and they had the cards to make their Hexmage actually good. Unlike mine. Is there something I should run instead of the Hexmage? I don't have that much bargain, right? Or rolls. Maybe that was the wrong keep. Roll or bargain. Right, like there's very little. Whoops, this is showing me in my sideboard. There's not that much that he interacts with, right? There's some. I don't know. But a 1-mana 1/1, like, it's still okay. It's not really what the deck is about, that's for sure. But, like, if I cut him, I could run another Diminisher Witch, or just, like, a Minstrosity to not die to the aggro decks. Even a sleight of hand to like actually draw a relevant card wouldn't be terrible. Or another Attendance. These have been nuts. Yeah. I think this card is wrong. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm losing the early game, right? So I think it probably should be the Minstrosity. Took long enough to find a match that I actually cut instead of just rambling like I usually do. This has a very slow start, but I can hopefully use Attendance to take a little bit less damage in the early game, and then I have a great 4 and 5. And this fits in here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly. Like, probably on turn 3, I'm holding open both of these, and then not sure which I'll actually do. I think it's important to do this now, even though it means I'm not holding this up. Like, who cares? They're not attacking me with a haster, probably. Okay, fine. You got me. This is pretty bad, though. Definitely not the right deck to have kept this hand against. Yeah, maybe they'll have trouble dealing with the 4/4. Probably not. But, you know, a 4/4 with Ward is kind of an issue, right? Do I have plays for the near future? I think I do. So I don't need to draw right now. Instead, I want to just shrink this to get some value out of this before I cast it on 5. Why wait until post-combat for that? What were they thinking of doing instead? That's so weird. In case I bounced it with the whale? They wanted to be able to recast it? I don't know. Huh. Or maybe flashed in a blocker? There's a little bit of flash, but... I guess there's the 2-mana 2/2 you can flash in. They might have wanted to keep a combat trick for that. It's an uncommon, or maybe even a rare. But maybe they could play around that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I can trade with Ash. I'm going to do it before it gets out of hand. Probably trading with this stupid mouse, too. My 2-drops, or my 5-drops are trading with their 2-drops, but, I mean, what are you going to do, right? If they can get a second thing in, I can't even trade. Okay, wow. Alright, no blocks. Main phase this, I guess. Okay. These both have ward, huh? Well, let's see what can be done here. I should be able to stop Celebration with Spell Stutter. So their attacks aren't amazing. No, I will not allow this. You obviously can't pay 3. What are we thinking about here? Some other instant, I guess? A 1-mana red instant. Torch the tower? I guess. So we should assume they have Torch the tower here. So I guess that's the idea, is they're going to... I'm going to try to trade eating this, and then they're going to torch me. Well, I don't have any better ideas, so go ahead and torch me, I guess. Ooh. What if it's the first strike one, though? Then I'm really, really dead. I mean, I could try not blocking, but that just seems so bad. Okay. Okay, it looks like it's Torch. No? It is Torch. Oh. Why get rid of the roll? That's a huge mistake. You also should have let the damage go through first, I think. X is 0. Okay. That's pretty good. Any reason? I mean, I'm playing a land, I guess.
And make your fear known to me. Leave no mind unspoiled.
Now, this is at the beginning of your combat if a card was put into exile. Okay. So it applies to adventure cards, but only before the combat step on my turn. Combat phase. I mean, they made a huge blunder with that Torch the Tower timing. They shouldn't have sacked the roll, and they also should have let damage go through. Oh, they wanted to scry. I see. I see. Okay, maybe that's not a blunder. It just didn't work out. Because if I don't have something for 1 mana... Wow, really? I would have thought you would bargain away the roll and kill Ashiok, but okay. I guess they have some other way to kill him? Yeah. Okay. Well... I mean, I've had worse. I don't know if the risk they took was worth it for the scry, though. I'll just kill this. Just draw an adventure card and I, like, win the game. Alright, I'm hellbent. They know everything I'm up to. This is it. This is all I got. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's decent, I guess. I'd like to keep this so that it can lifelink. But it's probably better to just trade it off to the 3/3 and hold ice out instead of doing all this attacking. Yeah. I think that's the idea. Like, you know, I wish this had been another Baronati, but it wasn't. I don't know, there's a lot of things it could be that would have been good. I mean, I don't really want them to have a 2/2. It's not an incredible ice out, but it's the one I'm getting, it looks like. Yes! It goes into exile! Ah, take that! Ooh, okay. This also goes into exile. So I can make this a 4/4? I think I'm okay letting them attack me for 3 if that's what, for 4 if that's what they want to do. I could lose, but this also sets up to win the game next turn if they don't block. And I think that's worth it. Okay, we got there. I really think the whole game came down to... I mean, I don't know. A lot of things, right? But the most obvious inflection point was this Torch the Tower play. I thought at the time opponent had just made a blunder, but... Because, like, if you sack the roll, it does 1 less damage in combat, but 1 more damage with the spell. And so it, like, kind of comes at the same. Unless your opponent has a 1-mana trick. And they get the scry. So they said, sure, I'll take the scry. But there are 1-mana tricks in black if you own fairies. And I did own a fairy, and I'm kind of displaying openly fairy colors and fairies and stuff, so... I mean, it's an uncommon. Maybe opponent wasn't supposed to play around it and was supposed to go for the scry. But I feel like if the trade had gone through, and they had just killed my creature, they would have won the game. Like, they don't need the scry. They would have just been ahead. Letting me kill their thing while keeping my fairy alive was very, very bad. And you know, the game was certainly close enough to going to them that if they had done one fewer very, very bad thing, they probably would have won. So I feel like they didn't need the super duper value of getting the scry. They just needed to make sure my creature died. In which case it was a mistake. But not like, strictly speaking, a 0% play. It's a play that often would work and give them more value. And so it's not crazy to try for it. But it is certainly playing more riskily. Union? The Union of Uds? I don't know. Opponent mulligans, I'll keep. This is not a great hand, but it's got counter, removal, creature, and something else proactive. It's a 2/2. It's a mana dork 2/2. I mean, it's not an incredible candy grapple, but you don't like your blue-green opponent to be ramping, right? So I'll just kill it. Well, they're going to ramp anyway. What can you do? Okay, this is kind of a fun thing to be able to copy with Gadwick later, I guess. I'm not going to hold up Spell Pierce. I'm just going to run out of creature. But next turn, probably Gadwick's hold up Spell Pierce is the idea. This thing's scary. I do kind of want to get the Gadwicks online. And I also want to have a spell stutter for their big spell. So I think I'm going to have to hang out and wait on the Monstrosity for a moment. Cast that next turn. It's a food, right? Oh, it's such a good spell stutter. Oh my god. They have 1 mana and no way to make more. There goes your 6 mana spell, idiot. Pardon my rudeness. These are both great. If I put this on top, I can double up the bounce while also bouncing something this turn. There's not even really anything I want to double bounce, though. Maybe I put this on top and double up the draw? Seems pretty cool. That tap seems fine. Hey, got the 7. Nobody likes it when you play 3 mana, draw 4. It's just too good. Okay. Well, Spell Stutter won that game, I feel like. I mean, I don't know. Cursing this was cool. The bounces were okay. Candy Grapple was important, I guess. Slowed them down a bit. They didn't seem like they had anything to do besides this. And the Spell Stutter is what stopped it. They really ordered things wrong. Should have done this first and then this, I think. To play around Spell Stutter. Because, like, yeah, I could counter this, and it would be sad for them. But getting this countered is just an absolute dagger. Alright, I'll take it. 7 wins. Easy. Faerie's control. Let's go ahead and actually remember to add that to decks, shall we? Call this Faerie's Control. Been a while since I remembered to do this. And I do want to just fix my land preferences on this account. I don't know. Why am I doing this on camera? It's a mystery. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. We'll say that one's fine. And so I'll take out these 8 and put in 8 of these when making it the deck of record. Planes, none of those little down arrows, please. My lands deserve only upvotes. This one's kind of pretty. Some of these don't look like planes at all. What is this, pumpkins? Halloween lands? Get out of here. I like this. Okay, that's the planes for this account. I don't mind that I'm not being consistent at all with like what's going on between my... I don't really care about like, you know, I just want the lands to be distinct and not have an arrow on them. And pretty is nice. You know, if I could get the Bob Ross lands for free, I would do it. This looks a little too much like a swamp, I think. That one's got to be clearly a forest, right? Okay. That's all the lands, I think. Great. So, add to decks. Congratulations. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.